of Danville, if your name is listed in the telephone book, you will be allowed to donate $500.
Women of Danville, throw off the heavy yoke of family life. Liberate yourselves from the tyranny of your husband, as I liberated myself from the capitalist yoke.
Later in the day, aggressor soldiers herd captive city officials and other prisoners out of their compound to witness the formal installation of the new military government. The enemy knows that it is important to impress a conquered civilian population with its power. On a makeshift platform, the aggressor high command prepares a policy statement for delivery to the populace.
Greetings. Greetings. Whereas in liberating portions of Tahil from the illegal control by the capitalist satellite government of Tahil, it has become necessary for the Ridgeland People's Army under my command to occupy the city of Danville. Whereas it is the intent of the Ridgeland People's Army to eliminate the capitalist-sponsored government of Tahil from this great land and unite the People's Army of Ridgeland and Tahil into the People's Democratic Republic of Ridgeland. And whereas, in order to eliminate the prevailing decadent philosophy inspired by foreign capitalist elements and instill the dynamic philosophy of vigorous and progressive materialism as fathered by the great aggressor leader and head of the International Circle Trigon Party, and whereas to establish law and order and to provide security for my troops, it is necessary to establish military government in this area. All administrative and judicial officials of the city of Danville and all other government and political functionaries residing in occupied territory will present themselves at the Office of Military Government located in the Danville Municipal Building within 24 hours after publication of this proclamation.
Attesto de orden donazzo el recono dell'ago della brava Dexepa Ridgelanda Brigado Aeroporto de Torriquitas e la libero de Danville della capitale storica. Let it go!
The occupation is complete. Every service from water supply to fire protection is now handled by the enemy and subject to his discretion. But hopeful liberation is kindled when a lone Strat plane dips low over the city for a leaflet drop. Citizens of Danville, the leaflet reads, aggressors occupy your city, but liberation is near. Friendly troops have launched an offensive which will drive the aggressor from your city. Be prepared to give any assistance possible to the friendly forces in their movement to free your city. Again and again, small planes defy enemy guns to spread the message of hope over wide areas. Within a few hours, a small advance unit of Special Forces paratroopers is dropped into a remote pasture 10 miles from Danville. These men are trained in a variety of skills, which especially fit them for hazardous assignment. It will be their task to meet with local guerrilla units who will assist in Danville's liberation. Guerrilla forces are valuable to American Army units, both as fighting allies and as primary sources of up-to-date intelligence. These men know their countryside well and will fight hard for it. The sound-crackling roar of Air Force jets announces the beginning of the end as planes pound the Danville airport. Guerrillas swing into action to keep the drop zone free of aggressor troops as the time for the drop draws near. Many of these young fighters volunteered from the city's high schools to help the Army. Equipment and men tumble from the sky as STRAC troopers make good their promise to liberate Danville from the enemy. Skilled, tough, and ready for anything, these soldiers jump into combat backed by the finest training and most modern equipment possible. Aggressor is there in force, and STRAC must fight for Danville. Young guerrillas led by Special Forces men do their share of the fighting. Aggressor soldiers are caught off balance and badly mauled. Although they attempt to reorganize their units, the momentum of the STRAC force is too great. Aggressor casualties are heavy, and the enemy falls back. The first American patrols enter the city shortly after noon. Aggressor resistance is now confined to small, isolated units scattered throughout the city. The main body of the STRAC force sweeps into the heart of Danville's business district to retake the city. In combat, this phase of an offensive would probably involve heavy street fighting in order to mop up all enemy resistance. The paratroopers waste no time in making their way to the prison compound, where a firefight ensues with aggressor guards. Paratroopers rush the municipal building where guards have been left behind by the retreating enemy. Aggressor prisoners are carefully searched for any documents which might furnish useful information to STRAC intelligence. Stripped of their weapons and forced to sit in one place on the pavement, they are no longer so formidable. For those who don't enjoy sitting, STRAC soldiers offer another position. Mayor Stinson's first official act is to restore Chief Garrett's power as police chief. City officials are free to return to their posts now that the aggressor has been successfully driven out of Danville. Probably no group of military prisoners in history has ever been more cooperative.